Dude, what do you say? I know the penguin's your favorite animal. What do you say? The best dressed in the wild? The tuxedo.
They're the James Bond of the animal kingdom. Even though we talk about it all the time, it still creeps into my head like other people's houses. It's not even like social media or Instagram, but I go to other people's houses, especially some of the Gemstone guys, my peers at Workiva. And I'm like, man, we should have a bigger house and like a gym and all this stuff. And it's like, I actually love our cleaning bill fee, or when we're tidying up, it takes me like that.
Oh, yeah.
But to your point, the same thing moved to the woods is what we want.
Yeah.
I'd rather have two of those houses than one big one.
Well, it's funny because that's what Kim talks about all the time. Like, I always envision myself in like one of those like big, cool, open air type, wide space, minimalist, like not a lot of stuff, but just like open, modern looking, industrial kind of house. And we spent a week up in Pagosa in this like tiny little cabin. And I was like, oh man, this simple life is incredible. Like, and that's what Kim's always wanted. She's like, when the kids are gone, like, I don't want all the space. I'd rather have like a little, not a tiny house, but like, a smaller home. We only need a couple of bedrooms and a kitchen and living room, whatever. And then when we go travel, because we like to travel, we like to go visit places. And then we just either we have our own place or you have like an Airbnb for a month or whatever somewhere. And it's just a small, it was great. It was so nice to unplug and just kind of, even though I didn't really fully unplug, I think it's kind of impossible, but in the woods and just out in a place we'd never been, it was a lot of fun. I get what you're saying though. Like
I just go back and forth too. Like, is it just better to do what you did and just rent? Because I also like the cognitive load of another home. First of all, if I owned it, I want to be there all the time, which I think we could do. Like as things are now, I'd be up there all the time in the summer.
Yeah.
I'd take Willie and go do it. But then it's like so far away to have a rental property and just, if you're not cash flowing it, it seems like a waste if you're not up there. It's just like a whole nother.
I feel like you'd have to rent it out, Airbnb it or something.
Cash flow it, yeah.
Yeah. Where have you been to Pagosa?
No. And I want to go closer than that. Like Pine Top, I think is what I really want. And the thing for Paul is the skiing. Because Flagstaff just doesn't make sense for me from a dollar amount. I love Flag, but like college town, prices are already so high. I just rather drive another hour. Yeah. Because I don't mind the drive. And being Pine Top's just so cool.
Yeah, Pine Tops. So we did it. So every year we go. The kids have off this week of school, right, in January. It just happens to be my birthday week. But Barrett Jackson, they shut down the school because they need the parking lot. It's too much chaos. So since they started going to this new school, this is Jackson's 7th grade. So I think he started going when he was in 5th. So this is our like 3rd year basically. And we've done it in years past as well. But we go somewhere cold. Like we try and find somewhere that we've never been, or if we've been there, we just go find a cabin, a small place to go hunker down, get our Yahtzee quota for the year, and just play games and watch movies and
you guys
hang out.
Board game hard,
dude. We played, but it's not even just board games. We're bringing a deck of cards or a case of dominoes with us everywhere we go.
Are they playing euchre yet?
We started teaching Jack.
Probably.
Yeah, he started to pick it up. Victoria, we're just getting. She's been a little bit slower to the family game night than Jack was. Jack's been family game night since he was 5. But
well, they're exactly like Megan and I. That's exactly how it was. Megan was like kind of there, but she wanted to do her own thing, and it's just age.
Yeah, and then you throw her in a game, and she refuses, and finally we get her to play, and she's going nuts. It's like more hyper than I've ever seen her. She's having a blast, and she ends up winning. Like she beat us all in what's that game? You ever play Ticket to Ride, that train game? Oh, it's a great one. It's kind of cool. It's
the Beatles song.
Yeah, no, not that one. It's like an easier version of Risk. Like it's not really Risk. You just have these cards and you try and build these trains and connect the paths. Like I got to get from LA to Miami, and you have like multiple paths to go through. But anyway, long story short, it just reminded me of like, yeah, I think you're right though. Like I don't know if I'd want to own a bunch of spots all around the country, because like Pagosa is like an 8-hour drive, and it's kind of weird. When we got home last night, it was like, you talk about flow state, man. Like you're driving for 8 hours. Like where the heck did 8 hours go? Like we were in the middle of freaking nowhere at points, and like Navajo Nation, like there's just nothing out there.
Yeah.
And you're like 2-lane highway, and the next thing you know, you're home, and you're like, what the heck? Like it just
So is Pagosa almost to Telluride?
It's past Durango. You go through Durango. It's about an hour east of Durango, and then I think it's just south of Telluride. But you pass through the Four Corners. So like on the way home, we hit the Four Corners monument, and we put our hands in all 4 states, which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like you're up in the middle of nowhere. You're in northern Arizona, southern Colorado.
Dude, when we drove to Telluride, that reservation stretch was actually kind of freaky. It was right in the middle of COVID, and stopped at, we had to get gas, and it was like I got out and locked Paula in the car and was just like done, because there was some, it just looked sketch. And I had to pay cash. It wasn't like get your card out and go. It was like I had to go in, put a mask on, and then I was excited to get out of there.
That's how Tuba City was, dude. Like we drove home and we were starving. We hadn't eaten. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. We just wanted to like power through, and we get to Tuba City, and I'm like, I'm starved. Like I had to get like a sub sandwich or something. Jack's like, oh, there's like Little Caesars right. Like I just need to get something. So him and I get out of the car for like 10 minutes to go get food, and Kim had these like characters come up to the car and like asking for money, and there's like this stray dog that was like pretty skittish but like hungry and just like around the vehicle, and it was just Kim and Juno and Victoria in the car, but she was like calling and texting me, and of course I got my damn phone on silent, and I get back in the car and I'm like, all right, you guys ready to go? She's like, dude, Steven, what the hell? And I go, what? And she tells me, I was like, holy shit. And she looked it up. Tuba City is like the #1 crime rate city in Arizona. Like murders happen there all the time, and like the only way anything's going to happen or get found out is like you got to loop in the FBI for this shit. It was like, oh my god,
not a great time for a pizza.
No, and I was thinking, I was like, could you
Little Caesars murder?
Right. It's like, could you imagine something terrible happens to her, and then I'm like eating at myself because all I wanted was a sub sandwich. I'm like, what
eating
an
at yourself while you're eating a sub
sandwich. Yeah, it was. Oh, a long story short though, it was a cool trip. Pagosa's awesome, dude. You got to get out there. They have this Springs resort. You would love it. It's just like a wellness retreat, and we just spent the day there for my birthday. And you hang out in these hot springs. I'm sure you've done hot springs before. I never have, and it was badass. Like they have the Mother Spring, which is the deepest hot spring in the world. It's there in Pagosa. It's the deepest hot spring in the world. Call it the Mother Spring. It's like 125 degrees. You don't get in that one, but that's what feeds all the other ones. And they have these like little pools, like little jacuzzis, but it's filled with the actual hot spring water, and it's got all these minerals and all this. So you have all these, they get in, it's kind of dirty water. It's like got these like floaties. And you're like, what the hell is this? The skin? This is gross. But it's like all like natural. Yeah, it's natural. I've never
so
done
good
it.
for your skin. Yeah,
it was amazing. And I'm like, what a life.
It's the same as those float tanks, like the magnesium float tanks, but you're getting even more nutrients. It's not just magnesium glycate.
Right. You're getting yeah. And so we're sitting in these things, and you get out, and then you walk. It's like freaking 36 degrees outside, and you're in a robe. Like they give you these robes, and you get in the spring, and you get out and you walk. But then when you get out, like it doesn't seem all that cold. It's weird. Your body just kind of adjusts to the environment.
Yeah, your skin layer, and then your internal heat's so high that.
So the pools weren't like the pools. The kids could get in them though. Like the hottest pool we got in was like 103. So it's nothing more than a regular like jacuzzi. Some of them are like 99, 100, which felt pretty good. But we hung out there all day. Like we got like a little cafe, like some food, and then we did like spring, and then we got out, walked around, and then we got back in another spring, and then we took them to their first sound bowl experience, the sound experience. Both kids, they loved it. Dude, we all passed out. We all like took a nap for 30 minutes. It was incredible.
Dude, it starts vibrating your body, and you're just like,
totally.
Dude, we got to take him to Hamid's. He does one in Scottsdale. It'll be 10 minutes from you, and his are just amazing because it's not just bowls. He does a gong and these string instruments. And dude, I'm truly trying to meditate, and I get knocked out. It takes me right to the verge where I don't know if I'm asleep or not. And I'd love to take the kids to that in Scottsdale if they liked it.
They loved it.
All right, we're doing that.
Well, and Jack was like, afterwards, he's like, Dad, like I was like dreaming, and I was like, you weren't dreaming, you were tapping into your subconscious, dude. Like you were like, I was channeling my inner Uncle Phil and talking to him about, and I was like, dude, he goes, I feel like it's like, because just like any of us is anxiety, and you get a little, something, you get nervous about things or whatever, and he's like, I feel like I was able to work through some things that like make me anxious, and I was like, that's freaking badass, dude. Like it's a healing, like 30-minute, that's a healing practice. Like that's what people do to get through.
And it's so hard to get there by yourself, but when you're in that setting, it just happens.
Yeah. I told him about my story when I had that breathwork class. Did I ever tell you about that one? That 90-minute breathwork that kind of like was the catalyst to like changing my life.
Was it
Yeah,
Savannah?
Savannah.
Yeah, man.
That was my 38. That was like the catalyst to changing like where I was going with like my health and all that was from that breathwork class and the visions that I had, and it was wild stuff.
Well, that's awesome. We'll have to keep. I'll keep some invites coming out to see if the schedule works and do one locally.
What's the coldest water you've done? Did that warrior plunge? Did I sent you that video?
Yeah, right at freezing, which
that was 39 degrees.
But that water was moving too, right? Which makes it even colder.
Yeah, it was in the river. It was in the San Juan River.
So as it's moving, that makes it even. It's like it's flowing through you.
It was intense. Jack did it. He got in there. Yeah, it was 39 degrees. And then it was funny, right when we got out, the people that work there, they go and test, like they take the temperature of the water and they're testing the water all day long. Like then they write down, there's like a map and shows you how, degrees of each pool and all that stuff. And she takes out the degree sign. It was 39 when I got in it. And then like 5 minutes later, she comes by, they test it. And she slides the new sign in there and she ups it. It's 40 degrees. And I go, perfect. I got a picture right before you changed it to 40 just to make it seem like it was colder when I got in there. She just laughed. She's like, you're an idiot.
That's hilarious.
But,
dude, I wanted to tell you about, so we had SKO in San Diego and it was a lot of content. They squeezed it all in essentially a day and a half. And brought in everyone over from Europe for it. So there was a lot of, obviously, Workiva content, but they brought in the speaker, and I was just thinking about us through the whole way. It was such a unique take. His name is Leland Melvin. And so he got drafted. He's got an amazing story. He got drafted by the Lions. They cut him in preseason. Then he went to the Cowboys, and the way he just went about it was so funny. He goes, I don't like the Lions. And then he goes, but then I got picked up by the Cowboys. And I don't like them either because they cut me too. This dude winds up finishing his degree in engineering and goes to NASA. Is on his path to going to space, goes deaf in a simulator.
What?
Because he got submerged underwater and someone didn't put his equipment in and his eardrum burst. He came out and he was bleeding out of his ear. So they're like, you can't go to space with one ear. Just stays working at NASA. They're like, you should quit. You should sue this guy. He's like, that's not that goes against my values. I'm not doing that. I want to work for NASA. I'll just teach. Goes long enough to where the right director got in and said, you've hit everything. All of your tests are great. I see no reason why that ear should keep you from space. And they rewrote the protocol. He winds up going to space. And it was just the way he talked about it. He was just seemed like a normal dude, but he went through so much crap. And now he's just sitting on stage doing this for a living and trying to really evangelize and get kids going to the NASA program now. It's so freaking cool, man. That was like my favorite part of the deal. You would have loved this guy.
Was he was like the kickoff? Like he was the first speaker to kick off the conference?
He wasn't the first. He closed the first day. But the keynote, external keynote. But it was a really different one. Like we usually have...
Yeah, they're hit or miss. You don't always get great. I'm glad that made an impression. I'll have to look him up.
Leland Melvin.
I love hearing the stories like that where you've got these like, professional athlete guys who are so beyond the gridiron, right? Like they have so much more depth than people realize. You see that in like musicians. You see that they don't just, play basketball or play football or whatever. And like they go on and like the dude's in NASA, and
that's the thing. This dude's one of one.
Right.
He's the only NFL football player that's went on to go to space. He's like, as of now, he goes, I hope I'm not the only one, but as of now, I'm the only guy. And then that made me look, I guess Josh Dobbs hasn't flown in space or anything like that.
Well, he's like borderline Einstein, right? Or is
he's aerospace
IQ?
Engineering and interned at NASA and everything like that. But they call him astronaut. But I forgot that about Josh Dobbs. But anyway, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, the only thing I know about Josh Dobbs is he took over. He was one of our many Viking QB carousel guys a couple years back, and then they started talking about him because he was like one of the smartest.
He also kind of looks like Sam Cassell, right?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, but yeah, he's a smart dude too. I love hearing those stories though, like. Especially those guys that are like changing, they are this one person for a few years or a decade maybe. And then they go off and do this completely different thing out of left field. But to them, it was always meant to be. And it's like who they are. It's just the perception of who everyone thought they were is all they ever knew. But then they change the course of their I just love that stuff. Like you're not just this one singular thing. You're not just in your lane. You can be many things. And I think it's I bet you it was an awesome speech. That's cool.
Oh,
how was the rest of the kickoff?
It was really good. It was a lot in a little amount of time, but we got a lot done. Had a really good breakout and great messages from leadership. Just trying to get the energy going as start from zero. So, but it's been really good. Last thing while we're playing catch up, have you seen? I feel like our animals are having a moment, but more so on the penguin side right now. It's about time that a penguin is getting the attention it deserves. Had you seen that before I sent it to you on social media?
No.
Dude, this penguin is having a moment. So I watched this documentary back in 2007. I think it's called The End of the World. It was 2007. And this penguin, it's actually really sad when you look at the theories of it. They come to this point in the Antarctic, and a group of the penguins are at the colony, together, safe, focusing on birth and security. And then a group of penguins are going to get food in this other area. And this one penguin at this moment, they caught it all on camera. It just decides to veer off and looks at a mountain that's 70 kilometers away and certain death and just starts walking. The penguin takes one look back at both groups and just starts marching toward the mountain. And so there's all this like philosophy going on. Now it was on my feed nonstop after I found this one and sent it to you and Paula.
Yeah.
But they're all saying like this penguin's like the theme for 2026. Go against the grain. It's like the most motivational. I'm dead. The nihilist penguin. I had to bring this up at some point. Encounters at the End of the World. That's the name of the documentary. But now that I brought it up, if you search for this, it's going to take over your algorithm, and it's cracking me up. Dude. I say this because your Dolphins have had a moment. You got JoJo that I was fascinated with down in Turks and Caicos, famous dolphin that loved humans. You've got Fungi over in Dingle that loved humans, and he's gone missing. The Dolphins have had your moment. It's time for a penguin.
Dude, you what do you say? I know the penguin's your favorite animal. What do you say? The best dressed in the wild? The tuxedo.
They're the James Bond of the animal kingdom.
That's right.
They're loyal. They can jump from super high feet and shoot down in the water. They can't fly. They're the best.
Well, we played a game of categories up in Pagosa, and our letter was P, and it was things that jump or bounce, and I put penguin. When you said that to me, I mean, it's true though. Like when you see something like that, like, and you start going down, like, and you scroll like left just to slide, like to see the slides of the carousel on the reel or the Instagram post or whatever. Your feed is just filled with everything for like that point on for the next 3 days. And that's all you get. And
you want to talk about no discipline or self-control. I was just hooked. And like, they've got all these motivational beats in the background, like be that penguin this year. Like one said like all guys in 2026, their home screen, it's just the penguin walking toward the mountain by itself. Oh my God.
Oh, that's so good.
It made my,
did they name the penguin? Is the penguin got
the nihilist penguin?
Oh, that's what it is. I love it. Yeah, Dolphins, dude. Dolphins are, they had their moment too. Like even during COVID, I saw this thing where like no one was coming to the beach anymore, right? And so the Dolphins were bringing presents to the humans on the beach, like missing them. Like they'd bring seashells and like throw them up on the beach. And they're very social and joyful animals,
No idea if we're posting this at all, but if so, the background to this is way back early in our friendship. We were at the office and the topic of favorite animals came up, and both Steven and I were embarrassed to talk about our favorite animals. I was like almost under my breath.
Oh my God. Say lion, say lion, say lion, say lion, say tiger, say tiger. Damn it, dolphin.
And dolphin and penguins, like cool guys. Real spirit animals you got there.
Yeah, and then you got me a gift. You got me a desk gift of dolphins.
Dolphin boy.
Yeah, there was like 2 dolphins. There was like a statue. You must have gone to SeaWorld or something. It was hilarious.
Oh man. Okay.
Dude, what better animal? I'm sorry. What better animal? Like they rock with pods. They hang with their homies.
Smart as shit.
They're the smartest animals in the sea. They attack sharks like they're not afraid of nothing.
Sonar's incredible.
Yeah, they can communicate.
Fascinating.
It's extremely fascinating. and they're one of the few mammals that they have sex for pleasure.
That's why you're your favorite. We got to the bottom of that really quick. That was your leading category
it's not very, it's them or primates, right? I think it's funny because Kim, her favorite animal are monkeys. She has a Gmail account that has monkey in it still forever. I'm like, she was like applying for jobs and it's still like monkey whatever at Gmail, and I go, you need to change this to like Kate Harris or something. Like, don't. She's like, no, it's my email. Like, okay, whatever.
It's just so funny because like penguins are the opposite. And Mark Rodriguez,
solitude,
friend of the pod, said he used to give me crap, and he's like, why? Because they're monogamous. Is that why you like penguins? And I'm like, no, dude, but that's pretty impressive that they're monogamous. That's unique in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
But that's funny.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely everyone's got there's so many animal analogies. There's so many. I love it. Dude, when I grew up, I used to get a monthly subscription, like a monthly zoo books. Do you remember zoo books?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like, you probably got them too. Like everyone got them. And I would like go through them, and I would go through all my zoo books. I still got them. They're up in like a box somewhere in like my, memories box or whatever. I have every single one.
Did you guys have the Scholastic Book Fair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, where you'd like go in and get like you're supposed to be going to buy books, but all the guys wanted to go in and get like a yo-yo and a Ferrari poster.
Yeah.
So you had like
an animal poster.
Yeah. A dolphin poster. Yeah.
Dude, Kim and I, when we first got together in college, it's like right when the DVDs Planet Earth came out. And I got like the set for Christmas. Like my parents got me the set. It was like freshman year of college or something. And Kim and I watched Planet Earth like for like 3 weekends in a row, just hanging out, watching these freaking. She's probably like, "Who the hell is this guy?" But
Dolphins and Chill.
Oh, that was it. It was before Netflix. It was Dolphins and Chill. Oh god.
Right, let's wrap this one up.
All right.
Who knows where this will go?
The catch-up episode. I love it. These are my favorite. These are my favorite ones.